first question here. After you plot down the points, okay, try your best to join up as many points as possible, okay, and those points that you didn't join up should be sitting right next to the line you have drawn. So what type of correlationship is this? It's actually positive, because the higher the mathematics marks, the higher the English marks. Based on the lines of best fit I've drawn, okay, if your English test were to score 22, okay, you should score somewhere around 22 as well for your mathematics tests. So show that the mean of 10 students is 28. So I took all the marks of English, add them all up, divided by 10, you get 28 as the final results. So 2 new students has added in, so 2x plus 280 divided by 12, we get it as 31. So after the conversion, you get the 2 students results as 46. In question 2, so this 351.55 is actually the new price, okay? Original times the discounted percentage, okay? The balance is actually 79%. Will get you 351.55. Hence the original price, you'll be taking 351.55 divided by 79%. So your final results 445. In section B, so for the simple interest, okay, so just take 4,000 times 8% times 2, you get 640. Okay, as for the other one, you just take 4,000 times 107.5% to the power of 2. Remember to minus 4,000 back, because the question is asking for interest earned. So after the calculation, you get 622.5. So the difference here is actually 17.5, and the one that generates more is actually the one with simple interest. As for question 4, write down an inequalities that at least 4 lemon tree. So you will have x more than equals to 4. So for section 2, purple plant at least 9 orange tree. So you will have y more than equals to 9. As for section 3, greatest possible numbers of trees that he can plant is 20. So it will be x plus y less than equals to 20. As for section B, here, okay, so 5x plus 10y will be less than equals to 170. Because of the keyword maximum, you cannot exceed that. So I divide everything by 5, you get your results as shown by the question, x plus 2y less than equals to 34. So at section C, after I drew it all down, I actually labeled which direction the line is referring to. So things to take note: to draw out x plus y less than equals to 20 and x plus 2y less than 34. We are required to shut down the point, okay, so that you can draw down the line. Okay, so it is shown as above. And the quadrilateral at the center will be the region they wanted. So I shaded off the rest that is unwanted. So calculate the smallest cost when Pablo buy a total of 23. Okay, it will be 11 lemon tree and 9 orange tree. So your total cost will round it up to 145. Question 4a. Okay, angle BCA is actually the alternate angle of CAE, because both BC and line AD is parallel, so the result should be 42. Reason, will be alternate angle. As for angle ACE, this one will be the 90 degree because it's angle from the diameter. AE is a diameter. As for angle CFE, this one will be angle from the same segment as CAE, which is 42 as well. As for the last part, CDE, this one we are focusing at the cyclic quadrilateral concept of ACDE. So the opposite angle will add up into 180. So 180 minus 42 from CAE will get you 138. As for question B, okay, so to calculate PQ here, okay, since that OP is a radius and PQ is a tangent line, it will form a right angle triangle. So by using Pythagoras theorem, you should get your PQ's value as 10.9. In section 2, in triangle CDG and ADE, explain the reason why which sides or angles are equal. So I noticed that AD and CD is the same and ED equals to DG. Hence, CDG equals to EDA. So triangle CDG is congruent to triangle ADE. As for section 5 here, okay, first thing that I did was to convert the euro into pound, okay, by taking 34.95 divided by 1.17, which results in 29.87 pound. So the difference between 29.87 minus 27.5 will get you 2.37. As for section B here, so the distance between the two planets, so I took 4.07 times 10 to the power of 12 divided by 1.1 times 10 to the power of 9. We actually get 3,700 hours. So this 3,700 hours divided by 24 to get it into days, okay, it will actually be 154 days. And the 1/6 days multiplied by 24 to convert it back into hours, which is 4. So 154 days and 4 hours will be your final results. As for section C, okay, so lower bound for this length. So keyword here is corrected to 1 decimal place. So I calculate the rounding value of the 1 decimal place first by taking 0.1 divided by 2, you will get plus minus 0.05. So 9.3 minus 0.05, you get your results as 9.25. As for you to find the upper bound of this rectangle, simply takes 9.3 plus 0.05 multiplied by 5.6 plus 0.05. Your final results for the upper bound will actually be 52.8275. As for the lower bound, it will be 9.3 minus 0.05 multiplied with 5.6 minus 0.05. Your final results will be 51.3375. Question 6a. Okay, the total interior angle here will actually be 360 because 4 sides minus 2 times 180 will get you 360. So 2x plus 114 plus x minus 10 will get you 360. After the calculation, you get your results as 64. Question B, number 1. Sequence A, this one is actually a arithmetic sequence where the difference here is actually constant, okay, which is for each n term, it will add by 3. So -4, the next one will be -1. As for sequence B, okay, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. So you have two ways to identify this. Either you straight up, you notice that it's actually the square of the n term. So your results will be n squared, or you can use the following formula that I listed down at the side, where I identify the difference in two rows, okay, and I will substitute the respective formula for it, which is 2a equals to the square over there, and 3a plus b equals to the triangle, and the a plus b plus c equals to the star over there. So after substituting a, b, c's value into the a n squared plus b n plus c, you will get your results as n squared. As for sequence C, okay, so this one will actually be arithmetic sequence as well. The common difference here is 5, and the zero term will be 5 minus 5, which is 0. Hence the results will be 5n. As for sequence D, okay, same thing, I run the calculation first. Okay, I substitute it into the formula and get an squared plus bn plus c as n squared plus b plus 5n. So after the conversion, you get n bracket n plus 5. So your possible outcome for this will be n squared plus 5n equals to 500. After the rearrangement, you will get your results as n equals to 20th term or n equals to negative 25th term. So there's no negative in sequence, hence you're required to take it as 20th term. As for section C, okay, x squared minus 16, this one will be x squared minus 4 squared over 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. After the factorization, you will get x plus 4, x minus 4, and for the denominator, it will be 2x minus 1, bracket x plus 4. So you find the results, x minus 4 over 2x minus 1. As for section 7, write down the coordinates of Q, okay. After the vector transformation, you will get your final results as 5, 3. So for section B, I list down all the information that I gotten from the question. Okay, you will be OE equals to 2 over 3 of OD and ED equals to 1 over 3 of OD. Whereby for CB's, okay, CE will be 1 over 3 of CB and EB will be 2 over 3 of CB. The other thing is from A to B, okay, AM will be 1 over 2C and MB will be 1 over 2C. So a couple of things that I identify is that CB's value will be CO plus AO plus AB equals to negative C plus 3A plus C equals to 3A. Hence 2 over 3 of OD equals to OE. OD equals to C plus A divided by 2 over 3, which is 3 over 2 of C plus A. So with this information, I can now start to calculate the question required. Okay, so for OB, we'll be taking OA plus AB, which is 3A plus C. For position vector of M, we'll be taking OA plus AM, okay, with results in A plus 1 over 2 C. For OE, okay, as stated earlier, OC plus CE equals to C plus 1 over 3, 3A. After the calculation, you will get your results as C plus A. As for CD, we'll be taking CE plus ED. Okay, it will be 1 over 3 of CB plus 1 over 3 of OD. After the calculation, you will get it as 1 over 2 bracket 3A plus C. Write down the two facts about line CD and OB. It will be CD equals to half of OB because they are parallel to each other. Question 8a, the probability that it will rain today is 1 over 3. Find the probability that it will not rain. Just take 1 minus 1 over 3, you will get the results as 2 over 3. Hence, for you to fill up the tree diagram, for it to rain, it will be 1 over 3, no rain will be 2 over 3. And for the next day, if it's rain at the first day, the next day for it to rain will be 2 over 5, and no rain will be 3 over 5. Whereby if the first day is no rain, hence the following day for it to rain will be 1 over 6, and no rain will be 5 over 6. So section B, find the probability that it will rain on at least one of these 2 days. So I took the total probability minus the probability that both days will rain. Then you immediately get the answer requested by the question. So it will be 4 over 9. As for C, find the probability that it will rain only on one of these 2 days. Hence, 4 over 9 minus rain and rain. So you will get 14 over 45 as the final result. Question 9. So first thing to take note is the scale over there, 1 to 10,000. So this 1 to 10,000 is actually 1 cm to 10,000 cm, which convert into 100 meters. So a statue is to be placed on the part nearer to C than to H. So nearer to G than to H. So on G to H, you're required to draw a line that is equal distance. Okay, basically splitting this GH line into half. So I extended my compass to be more than half of GH. I drew down and up from point H. Repeat the same using the same distance on the compass. Draw another 2 arcs on point G. Then you're able to construct a line over there. So nearer to HD than to FG. So this thing here is G is repeating. Hence you're required to split the angle G into half. Okay. So I first draw a arc from point G. So the line where they intersect, I extend my compass a little bit to draw down another 2 arcs on both of the intersection so that I can construct another angle over there. So more than 550 meters, this one will translate into 5.5 cm from F. So 5.5 cm, I draw another arc. Okay. So this part here, you can now starting to shade. Okay, nearer to G than to H, which means it will be at the right hand side. Nearer to HG, which means it will be the right bottom side. And more than 550, it will be the part that I shade off over there to show you. At section 10, part A, this indices topic. Hence, you're required to multiply the 3 into all of the power over there. So you get 2 to the power of 3, x to the power of 6, and y to the power of 9, which results in 8, x to the power of 6, and y to the power of 9. As for section 2, multiply the negative 1 over 3 into both the numerator and denominator. You will get your results as 3 to the power of negative 1 over x to the power of negative 2. After the rearrangement, by getting rid of the negative, you basically swap them upside down. The final results will be x squared over 3. Section B, just expand. You get your final results as 6x squared plus 11xy minus 10y squared. As for section C, make the H the subject. Okay, as you can see, I already list down the details for this particular C part. You can just refer to my workings and get it sorted out. For section D, I basically change all the denominator into the same, which is 12, and multiply the value required to each of the fraction to make it has a denominator of 12. So for the first one, it will become 6x, and for the next one will be 20x, and the last one will be negative 21x. So your final results will be 5x over 12. Question 11a, okay, calculate the area of a circle with a radius of 12 cm. So pi times 12 squared, you will get 144 squared. After correcting it to 3 significant figures, you will get it as 452 as the final results. Section B, okay, calculate the area of the slice which is covered with chocolate. Okay, so this, they already give you the sector, okay, which is sector of 22 degree. So 22 over 360 times pi times 12 squared plus the curved side, we are using the arc length formula, hence 22 over 360 times 2 times pi times 12 multiplied by the height of 7. So we get 286 over 15 pi, which translates into 59.9 cm squared. Over at section C, first thing that I did was to identify BAC's value by taking 180 minus 50 minus 50. You will get the results as 80 degree, and for our AC's length over there, I uses sine rule to identify it. Okay, so from sine rule, you will get it as sine 80 over 22 equals to sine 50 over AC. So AC here after the conversion will be 17.1, and using this cosine rule, substitute the value into the respective place, you will get your final result of AD as 37.9. As for the last question here, question 12, you're required to construct the simultaneous equation. So for the first one, tomatoes is X dollar and onion is Y. So 10 times 4Y, you will get 10.7, whereby for 8x plus 6y, you will get 10.1. So I label them as equation 1 and equation 2. From equation 1, I rearrange it to construct the equation 3, which goes by y equals to 10.7 minus 10x over 4. Substitute 3 into 1, you will get your final results as x equals to 0.85. So when x equals to 0.85, substitute into 3, you'll get your y results as 0.55. Section B, pretty straightforward. This one is the quadratic formula. Your A will be 2, B will be negative 5, C will be negative 8. Substitute into a formula which goes by negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You get your final results as 3.61 or negative 1.1. So that's all for this paper. Pretty straightforward. Okay. I hope you find it helpful. If you have friends that are struggling, feel free to share this video to them, and I wish you all the best for your upcoming examination. Thank you.